man, I'm Kevin Smith. Welcome back to Sundance 2019. And look, it's the filmmaker and the star of the film Photograph. Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this takes place in Mumbai.
It does take place in Mumbai.
Shot in Mumbai, and you've worked there before.
I have, yeah.
How does Park City, temperature-wise, compare to Mumbai? Your face, you're like, what?
It's
you
cold.
get this.
It's very cold. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not used to this weather at all.
Has it been a temperature wake-up call the moment you got off the plane? Like, what the? Why am I in this business that would take me to a cold-ass place?
Yeah, I don't remember wearing clothes while shooting the movie. Over here, we've got to wear clothes.
Couple layers here at best. Speaking of that movie, take us into it, man. What is Photograph about?
It's kind of a love story, but not. It's about a poor photographer and his beautiful muse, because the muse has to be beautiful, and what happens when their lives intersect, and you know, she's rich and he's poor, and yeah. And
so the guy and the male lead is Nawaz?
Is Nawaz Siddiqui. Very nice, Kevin Smith. You said Nawaz correctly.
Thank you. I use the short term as if we're friends. We've never met. But one of the biggest stars over there. Yeah, how'd you score him?
And so is this girl now. She's a big star.
I know. I was telling her before. Nawaz got to work with her, which is a big deal. But how did you score him for the flick?
I worked with him on a movie called The Lunchbox 5 years ago.
Right, yes.
And I love Clerks, by the way, I should tell you.
Thank you.
I was going to tell you after the interview.
The original title of Clerks was The Lunchbox.
Are you serious?
Yes. No.
Okay. Yeah, Lunchbox wouldn't fit with Clerks. Maybe toilet paper.
Yes.
But, because of that thing in the end.
In the end.
Yeah, so Nawaz and I worked together on Lunchbox. He plays Irfan's apprentice. So he was kind of like he was the third wheel of that movie. And we got along really well. And we kept in touch over the last 5 years. Every week or so, we just talk and, you know, just catch up. And one day I sprung the script on him.
Is it weird to be that familiar with somebody that famous? You're like, oh, we just talk and catch up, but he's one of the biggest stars in the Bollywood film industry, correct?
Yeah, it's really weird, you know, having some famous friends. You can't grab coffee with them, you can't walk on the street with them. Like, I could never walk on the street with her in Bombay.
That's not true.
Yeah. We'd get mobbed. We'd get mobbed if you walked on the street with you.
That's not true.
Yeah.
What was it like getting involved with the movie? How did you get involved? They send you the script? Did he reach out to you? What went on?
I am a huge fan of Lunchbox.
My mom too, my mom.
And I got a call from him after the release of my debut film, and I think after 2 or 3 days of the release of my debut film. I was really excited and very happy that he was calling. Right. And he said that there's a script and that he would like...
Fake snow, everyone.
Yeah. Everything artificial.
That he would like me to read it. I remember I was very excited after that call. I called up my mother. And I was like, oh my God, Ritesh Batra just called and he wants me to...
I called your mother too, that's funny.
And that he wants me to read the script. And when I read it, I was hooked onto it.
Now, you guys have an entirely different film industry over there that pays almost no attention to this one. Here over in the States, like, the film industry is America-based, Hollywood, blah, blah, blah. Here at Park City, of course, independent film. But Bollywood has an entire industry that doesn't rely on this at all, the entire star system and whatnot, where one could work there and never, like, work over here and be just as huge and whatnot. Must be convenient having your own film industry.
Well, not for me.
Why?
Because I don't work in the Bollywood industry. Maybe I should, because I could definitely use the cash. No, I actually owe a lot to Sundance. Lunchbox went through the Sundance labs. I was living in New York then, and I still do. So I kind of dabble in the Bollywood industry. I work with big Bollywood stars and make them do little indie movies that have no song and dance. So I have the luxury of tapping, you know, that and then, you know, doing my own thing. So yeah, I get all the love and none of the money, which which is nice too.
What is the Sundance Lab like for those who don't follow us closely? Most people think of Sundance as the film festival, but there's also the lab where filmmakers work on projects. I've never done it. What is it? Explain.
It's really amazing. You know, I'll tell you what happened to me there. I went for the Writers and Directors Lab long ago, and there's a stream that runs through the lab. And I was actually drinking water off the stream like a dog, you know, like a dog would, got on all fours.
Right.
And I see Robert Redford walking straight at me. And it's that kind of amazing environment when all these famous people are walking in and out and giving you advice on your project.
Right.
So I actually developed Lunchbox in that lab. And have since then been, you know, associated with Sundance and the festival, and been kind of a regular here watching movies. And this is the second time I get to bring a movie here. It's such an honor.
And did
It's
you
amazing.
work with Redford in something recently?
I did. 2 years ago, we made a movie called Our Souls at Night. That is at Netflix.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and it does not have the F word, and kids can watch it.
Good to know. Always a
And
selling
it's Redford
point.
and Jane Fonda.
Two massive legends, one of which is responsible for this festival, as we know it, as Sundance. Did he give you any advice as a guy who's told many stories himself?
No, you know, he is an incredibly generous man, just like most of the actors I've been lucky to work with, including her. It was just, he just put himself in my hands, and he was just like, what do you want me to do? Where do you want me to stand? And it was pretty amazing, you know, to have front row seats. And he likes to go deep. He likes to talk about things and it's not just like working on a scene with him. It's about what's really going on here. What is this about? And it was an amazing experience. And from that movie, I went into this. I took all that into this movie. So hopefully it'll show.
It shows up a bit in the work.
Hopefully Redford shows up.
How did you approach the character? How did you dive in? What was it, any familiarity to yourself, or is this like, well, I've got to play somebody completely different?
I could actually relate to it a lot. She is a very shy introvert and kind of a person, doesn't like to talk a lot, and if given a chance, I could like sit at my home and do nothing and talk to no one.
You should have dinner with her sometime. long silences.
So, but she is a very complex character, and Ritesh really helped me to know her better. She overthinks a lot. Though she doesn't talk, she's very, she's reticent. She doesn't let anybody know what she's thinking about.
Yeah, just like you then, yeah.
Yeah, just like me. But I had so much fun playing this character. It actually took me a lot of time to get her out of my system, because I was enjoying her own world while shooting, and also after the shoot got over, which was hampering my relationships, my work, and everything. So I had to not be her.
Is that a real thing? So sometimes actors and actresses have a hard time dropping the performance when it's all done?
This one, yes, I did have. I was totally enjoying Meloni and her world and being her.
I guess the jeopardy of performance is you can get lost in a part and be like, I'd rather be this
But he
person.
also makes sure that nobody
Well,
is going out of the
destroyed
character.
your relationships. I didn't know it destroyed all your relationships.
No, but not
Holy
destroyed,
shit.
but I wasn't talking to anybody, and I was in my own world, enjoying my own loneliness.
Right.
Thank God it didn't destroy my relationships. Holy shit.
You guys got picked up by Amazon? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Massive. How did that feel?
Good. They're good guys. They're great guys to work with. They came on board before the shoot, actually.
Get out of here.
Early
So you
on,
got
just like a
involved
couple of
early.
weeks before we started shooting. And they were lovely. They were lovely. Completely hands off, you know. And they have, they give you like a really nice personal touch. They're there whenever you need them, which is, the best kind of financiers you want. They're there when you need them, and it's wonderful.
And they've got nothing but money.
And now when I order books on Amazon, Jeff Bezos himself comes to my house with the box.
As one of the
That's not true.
filmmakers.
That's not true. Yeah.
That's awesome. Give it up for the folks from Photograph, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Kevin.